In today's world, there are more ways than ever to live how you want. If you know how to look and you articulate what's most important to you, you can craft or customize a lifestyle that works for you, not the system. For example, cars. Here in the States, you can get a cool car for cheap. Like a good example is SN95s or New Edge Mustangs. You can get them for a few grand. You could probably find them for $1,000. Maybe not in the best condition. Obviously, they'll need work, but you can find them for cheap. And if you spend a little more, maybe 4 or 5K, maybe you'll get one that just runs better in general. But if you're into cars and you want to learn how to work on cars, that's a great project car, right? And that car can easily be a lot of fun. You can get it with the manual, you know what I'm saying, stick shift. The 4.6, it's not the fastest engine, but it's cool, right? Or you could LS swap it, put an LS in a Mustang. Or, Coyote swap it if you want that 5.0, right? And all that costs more money, but I guess my point is you can get cheap fun. And that's just like one example because I like Mustangs, but mostly 5.0s. But you can get any old car. There's so many options nowadays. That's one of the greatest things about like this time, being alive at this point, is that all the technology that was the same, or was expensive back in the day, is now cheap. You can buy an old car that's fun and cool and work on it and learn about cars and go to car meets and enjoy the car culture for a few $1,000s. And another example is I recently went to the lake with my friend and his dad just bought jet skis. He bought 2 of them and I'm pretty sure the trailer came with this deal for $5,500, $5,500. That's pretty cheap for 2 jet skis and a trailer. And that's just fun, it's cheap fun. I went out with them once, but they said they went out twice, or his dad went out twice before I went with them. And he used them 3 times in like the first week he got them, right? It's a lot of fun. Jet skis are also easy to mod, it's cool. Like you can always make it more powerful and stuff. They were 2006s, I believe. So older, right? But because they're older, you can get them for cheap. You can get them for so cheap. And they were 4 strokes, I believe. So I guess my point on this is there are affordable ways to build your passions into day-to-day life. Now, I will say the trade-off for something like that, like cars, is the US is just so expensive. If you don't own a home already, or have a lot of financial support, or live at home, have a scholarship, whatever it is, life is hard to just live. Like, it's very rare that a teenager can support themselves. Maybe if you're a, overnight Twitch success, or you made a good move and you sell some product online, or, whatever it is. Like if you're one of the rare exceptions to the rule of young people not having money, then yeah, it's dope. But for the majority of people, you can't survive on your own at this age in the States. It's just impossible. Economy is not designed for us. Like, I think to have a good chance in the US right now, you need to already have your house like pay, or one of these at least is have a high income job, have your house paid off, get some sort of money from the government or something, have some like passive income coming in, or just straight up be rich. However, if you're still in your 20s or under, like me, then there's other options. People have this tunnel vision. It's almost like they don't think they can leave or go somewhere else. And of course, I moved out of the country, and there's places like Bali, the Philippines, Thailand. Can't think of any. Honestly, Japan was not that expensive either. I don't know how cheap like living there is. Me and my father met some girl there. She's like a foreigner. She speaks English. She lives there. I think she makes like, I think she said 400 a month off TikTok. She found a cool place in the city. Like, she found a place like in the city, but it's cheap. Or no, I think it was $400 a month for rent. Is that right? Don't quote me on that, but it could have been something like that. And I'm pretty sure she just makes all her money on TikTok. And she lives in Japan. The food there is not that expensive, low-key. So maybe Japan is a plausible option. I'm not sure. I also think Spain is cheap. Of course, Japan, they mostly speak Japanese, and in Spain, they mostly speak Spanish. So you also got to take that into account. And Thailand, there's people that speak English. The Philippines, most younger people speak English. And I think a lot of people speak English in Bali, too. Because, a lot of foreigners go there. And in places like this, excluding, I don't know much about Japan or Spain, so mostly I'm talking about like the Philippines or Thailand, probably Bali. You can live for a few thousand a month or less. I'm pretty sure Thailand and the Philippines specifically, you could live a decent life for $1,500, $2,000 a month. Because like housing isn't that expensive. To get a nice place, and I'm talking like 2-bedroom apartment, like it depends, who you are and what your needs are, but that could be like not even $500 a month. And that's pretty cheap compared to the States, where I'm here at my mom's place, probably comparable in size to my place in the Philippines. And I think she's paying, was it $1,200 a month, $1,300 a month, something like that. So 3 times what I'm paying. I'm paying just under $500. And see, like that's big for me. Like I'm probably gonna downsize. My lease is almost over, so I figure I might as well. I'm not really worried about space anymore. I really just be at my desk, or I'd be out and about at my desk, or in my bed, or at the studio rapping, or out with friends. I can go to a coffee shop, etc. And I live a really good life over there. Now the trade-off, for example, is I love cars, and here in Texas the car culture is great, but there's not a good car culture. There's not a cool car culture. And for example, there was this New Edge Mustang, halfway across the island, or all the way across the island. And they supposedly had 13,000 miles. It looked really nice. It was a really nice looking car. And I think it was about 7,000 USD. That's what it was listed for in pesos. I forgot how much pesos it was listed for. It was something like that though. And that's expensive for a New Edge. It had low mileage, but just here in the States, you can get them for 2,000-3,000, right? So it's a lot more expensive. And I think someone bought it. I low-key wanted to buy it at some point. I was hoping nobody would buy it for months. But, that would have been cool to have. And I'm sure there's other things, like a few cars or options. I could probably go to Cebu or Manila to find one. Probably Cebu because it's close to Dumaguete. But, it's just not the same, right? So if that's my biggest passion, my biggest hobby, the biggest thing that's important to me, I wouldn't move to the Philippines because they don't have cars. For example, Japan, they have cars. Right side drive, which is interesting. Imagine shifting with your right hand. Or, wait, I'm stupid. Imagine shifting with your left hand. Ew. My dumb ass. But in the Philippines, there's a lot of upsides for my personal life. For example, the studio. What I pay after 5 sessions, which is about 10,000 pesos, because 2,000 a session is for 2 hours. For 10,000 pesos, which is about $180, that would be like one session here, one session in the booth. It's just so much cheaper. So I get so much more booth time and practice because that's really what I'm going for right now. I'm new to really making real music. I just like to freestyle rap off the dome on beats, but this is great practice for me to learn how to, actually make music. Like my boy Juice WRLD, I'd be like my boy Juice WRLD. That's my dog. And I just couldn't do that here. That's not sustainable. That's so much money if I wanted to go 5 days a week. And also, like I said, housing. Meats are cheaper there. some like fruits and veggies are comparable to the prices here, but most things are cheaper. Most foods are cheaper, and especially for me, where I'm eating carnivore mostly, uh, I'm saving a lot of money over there on steaks and also, well, steaks and eggs and everything. Of course, quality might not be as good as often. Like I could get ribeyes over there, but it would be expensive, like more than I'm trying to pay. So I usually get chuck eyes, or I get some cut off the chuck steaks. I've had these Wagyu beef patties. I think it's 1 kilo, so it's about 2 pounds for 600 pesos. That's not too bad. It's not like too expensive compared to like normal beef, which is like 400 pesos for normal ground beef. But the Wagyu beef is good. And I have my little motorbike. I bought it for about $1,000. I definitely want to upgrade at some point because it's the smallest, slowest one. But I never rode before. I wanted to get a sports bike at first, but it's just not a good idea because I've never even ridden a bike, so it was definitely better to start on something like not very powerful and also like automatic, just easy to ride on. And now I want a sports bike, or I want to get like a bigger scooter, but I'll wait on that because I want to have more money. Like once I just have the pocket change to throw away, or I want to buy some cool car, I can mod and make fast as fuck, boy. Gas, I put 200 pesos in my tank maybe once a week. Yeah, I'd say once a week. It's like just over $3. That's it. Just over $3. So I'm paying, I'd say 15 because it's a little more, right? So like let's say about $15 a month in gas. That's not bad at all. That's cheap as fuck. Mary, my charger, used to whip that thing around. I miss Mary, man. And Mary, I used to put $50 in Mary like every week. Now, to be fair, I did kind of drive her like a race car. But yeah, I drove her a lot and hard. So the gas was expensive. But there, I drive my motorbike kind of hard, and it's just cheap. It's just not that expensive. And eating out is going to be way cheaper there too, bro. I went out with my friend here. We went roller skating, and because I used to roller skate when I was younger. Actually, we both worked at the skating rink when I was like 15. He was probably around, I think he's a little older than me. He was probably 16. Anyways, we went skating and then we went out to eat. And just my meal plus a tip was like $40. The fuck? The fuck? That shit's mad expensive. It's overpriced, bro. It's ridiculous. And the food wasn't even that good, low-key. I mean, of course, I could have ordered something better on the menu. I got like a big platter of meat, so I had a bunch of different meats on it. And the lamb chop was good, and the shrimp was good. But the chicken and steak kebabs, like, they were like, they weren't like, to me. I didn't really fuck with them, really. I didn't really fuck with them, really. And so in the Philippines, if I eat out, I don't eat out a lot, so I don't know. I can't really give you good prices, but all I know is it's way cheaper. It might be 10 to $20, somewhere in that range. And the tipping culture is not the same. So for what I'd say is more than fraction of the cost, I guess you can't quantify more than a fraction because a fraction is kind of infinite. You have infinite fractions. Anyways, I'd say for a fraction of the cost, I prefer my life over there. I don't want to live with my mom. No offense, Mom. It allows me to kind of be independent and free and live my life and not have to sell my left nutsack. Sell my left nut to live. My bad. This is late. I'm recording really late. I'm tired. That's my bad. I can't even articulate speech. Brody forgot English. No puedo hablar inglés. Oh no. Hey, you have to sell your left nut to live here in the States. Like, it's nice right now because obviously I'm not paying for anything. My mom is paying for all my stuff here. But if I had to live here on my own, oh hell no, that shit would not work. So I enjoy my life in the Philippines. So you get to decide. Stay in the US, live with your parents or pool with friends or whatever, save money, enjoy your hobbies, try to find a job you like, and just enjoy the experience of the American dream or whatever as much as you can. Or move halfway across the world and explore freedom, different cultures, and a different pace and way of life. And it's not about which life is better. It's about picking your poison. It's about choosing what you do and do not want to live with, what you can and can't live with. It's about choosing what's best for you at this stage in your life and using it to build the future you want. One day I'll be able to live anywhere, drive anything, experience everything this world has to offer. But for now, I'm grateful to have the life that I'm building overseas. Friends, music, nature, my little motorbike Baru, and all for a fraction of the cost of living life here, so that I can create something and eventually be able to bear the fruits of my labor and be able to do anything. The world is not perfect, but it is more customizable than ever. So customize your life and live how you want to. Thanks for watching. If I resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, I implore you to hit the subscribe button and turn on noties so you never miss a future upload. If you'd like to know me on a more personal level, you should check out my vlog, Joseph Maroney. The link will be in the description. And you better like